24-hour broadcasting.
Sure.
Yeah. Talk to us why. In the first place.
So I think the younger generation will not understand what we saw in the days of what we called AIDS. I think through education and through media, we then learned that we shouldn't be talking about AIDS, but more of HIV because that's where the disease starts. But it's also we only knew AIDS because it was killing people. It killed a lot of our relatives, our friends, our colleagues, churchmates, and neighbors. It was bad. It was bad. I think what you guys are more familiar with is COVID. People did die, but not in the numbers that they died with through HIV/AIDS. So it was a catastrophe, if I can call it that. Here I am, I'm a young man, and the
How old were
industry.
you?
Well, I got into radio at 21, so which was 2001, and
Oh,
then this was
okay.
done in 2007. So my maths would say I was about 28 or so,
Yeah, you was older.
something like that. Yeah, but I saw that there was a gap. I saw that there was an information gap. Not only an information gap, but there was also no medication at that time. And I'd been trained by the National AIDS Council, SAFAIDS, about HIV and AIDS. But then I thought, what can I do to make people sit up and really consider changing their behavior? Because the message there was behavioral change. But to it, I say to now I change your behavior, even the older people. How do I capture attention? And that's when I came up with the idea that maybe if I go on radio for 24 hours and also appeal to whoever can donate medication for 24 hours on a dry fast, maybe people would turn attention. I'm sure if we had done that in this age, it would have gone viral. Then we didn't have Facebook, we didn't have all these social
But
media
radio was the
platforms.
thing back then, man.
Yes. So I decided, and I remember asking the manager then was Nonleba Mkandla, and Tinashe Chiname was second in command. I asked them for this opportunity to do 24-hour radio. They were a bit skeptic in the beginning, but then they understood what I wanted to achieve. It was brought into a meeting. I remember my colleague saying, no, Sunday was Boykana. And I remember Tinashe Chiname saying, Boykana kwacho iko, ndo patwene nyaya papa. One Boykana, they would want to see, I know paid that 24 hours issued. And he was very supportive. That's Tinashe Chiname and Nonleba Mkandla. So I came in on World AIDS Day at midnight. I went into the studio at Pockets Hill and I left the other midnight. So it was a whole 24 hours by myself, making sure that we were passing on the message to do with HIV and AIDS. Yeah,
No food, no water.
nothing.
Where did you get that energy from?
I sometimes part of me tells me that some of the things that we achieve in life, we were meant to achieve because you can't explain that kind of energy. And today at 47, I can't explain that kind of madness because I don't see myself being able to do it.
You know what? I'm imagining because years of me, I do fasting for health reasons because I have to make my gut rest.
Sure.
So I usually do it on the days that I'm at home. So I will spend the day without talking to everyone, reading my books or doing something else, which has nothing to do with speaking. Now I'm imagining you are speaking the whole day, 24 hours without food.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I spoke about not just HIV. Remember, I had replaced the breakfast team. I had replaced the mid-morning team. I had replaced the drive time team. I had replaced. So I needed to do what they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the adverts, the programs. I needed to do what they usually do. In addition to preaching the word HIV, right? So I'm really speaking for the whole day. I got a bit weary and tired and hungry around 9 p.m. But I remember the Minister of Health then was Dr. David Barrinyatwa. He was one of my guests between 8 and 9 or 9 to 10, I don't remember. When he came in, he told the manager, as then non-labor, to say, tell Candiero, I do not want to be referred to as Dr. Barrinyatwa. For today, I'm DJ David. I remember just saying it once or twice because I didn't doctor DJ. Yeah. But what it did for me, this was almost the highest level of health authority in the studio with me. So it gave me the energy now to continue from 10 until 12. So when he came in, it boosted my energy levels because I was almost sleeping and tired and almost thought of giving up. But when he came in to say, if this important man can come and be my guest for a whole hour, it means this is important. So it gave me energy to continue. And I did complete until midnight. Yeah.
Talk to us about how dangerous HIV was at that time. Because it's also a music.
Yeah. So HIV, I think for me, the most dangerous part is the major method of transmission, which is sex. That was the major method of transmission. Of course, we can talk about needles, we can talk about accidents where you mix blood, but it was through sexual interaction. And you know, everyone is doing that. Whether you're married, unmarried, everybody is doing that. And it was difficult for you to convince a married couple to protect themselves. It was very difficult. So this is how it then carried on. So almost everyone in that age where they could be sexually active was in danger. And the Peyairo Apache, because knowledge yanga chiri shoma and mishonga yanga chiri shoma, Peyairo HIV, it would then progress into AIDS. And you know this is about hitting the immune system. So the flus, the headaches, the coughs, whatever ailment that you have, whether it's a heart disease, would really hit you bad. Would really, really hit you bad. So it was, like I said, it was a catastrophe. It was bad.
Well, I had to ask you this. These days, young people, they are not scared of HIV. They are scared of pregnancies.
Sure.
Yeah. So what's your message to them? As a person who witnessed those...
Well, I think it's a mixture of issues. And for some of us who lived through the worst parts of HIV, there are good things, there are bad things. Now there's lots of interventions, from PrEP to PEP to ARVs. So this is why young people don't see the danger a lot. Because hawana kuona munhu ari kurwara semaonera takaita isusu. Hawana kuona vanhu vachifa zvatakaona isusu. But still, your health is your greatest wealth. Whichever way you want to look at it, whether it's HIV or any other ailment, kana wakarara uchirwadziwa, you cannot achieve a lot. So I want young people to make the right choices about their health. You know, now we have lifestyle diseases like blood pressure, sugar, diabetes. We also have cancer. And some of them are actually born out of lifestyle choices. So the same as HIV. HIV is still there. It's still there. And some, unfortunately, are progressing into AIDS because of carelessness. So I'm saying to the young person, if you want to enjoy the fullness of your youth, if you want to enjoy your adulthood, take care of your health. Be responsible. And there's no other way I can put it. Protect, jealously safeguard your health. Because in Dochin, shout out, watch if a mare or kuda, vana or kuda, kutenga ndege yako, kwenda kunze kwenyika, kana uchirwara, azvikwanisiki. Yeah.
You think you're walking all alone on this road, feeling the world put on you a heavy load. We bring you stories of the strength inside, a place to heal with nothing left to hide. Wisdom and purpose, hear the African sound, lifting each other up from solid ground. So tune in now and let your spirit shine. With ImeTheFinest, everything is fine. Wisdom and purpose with ImeTheFinest.